All right, so we got a couple of big guests in here, keeping you in the loop with growth happening across the West Valley. Buckeye is one of the fastest growing cities in the whole country. A lot of families choosing that area. Affordable housing, open space, growing school districts. But when you get people out there, you need services, you need places to shop, you need all kinds of things. Infrastructure, right? So joining us now is Buckeye Mayor Eric Osborn. Good to see you here, Mayor. And Jim Peterson with the Peterson Group, and you're doing some work out there as well. Let's start with you, Mayor. We were talking a little bit. You said it's fun being part of a growth like this.
It is, yeah.
Why?
Well, there's no shortage of stress in any of this, but,
right.
Kind of like we had talked about, we're 640 square miles in municipal planning area, and we're about...
That's a big city.
It's a massive, so in comparison to the city of Phoenix, they're about 520.
Wow.
And we tell people all the time, if you consider from Ahwatukee to Anthem, we stretch from basically Gila Bend up to Whitman.
Oh my gosh, area. That's almost same distance, what you're saying.
Same distance,
yeah.
Or maybe a little bit further than that. And we'll grow into that footprint. We're 17% built out right now. We've grown from this small farming community of about 6,500 in the year 2000 to now 132,000. And that residential growth was really put in place in the late 90s and early 2000s. And now it's our opportunity to manage that growth and try and bring in the jobs and then these retail opportunities that are the really fun stuff that people are looking for.
Right. So Jim, let's get to you on the retail opportunities. You know, you're talking about this brand new complex you're putting up, shopping center, west of the White Tank Mountains. And you know, and I've been here since '94. I never thought we'd see development in my lifetime west of the White Tank. You really didn't? Okay, so tell us what's going on out there west of the White Tanks.
There's a lot going on west of the White Tanks. The Sun Valley Parkway was built in the mid '80s, I believe. And it was affectionately known at that time as a road to nowhere. It was really out in the boondocks in a lot of people's definition. But all of a sudden we started seeing master plan communities go up. Tartesso, Terra Vallis, Festival Ranch, the master plan communities in Surprise. But there was no retail services.
You got to have a grocery store, right?
You have a grocery store.
You got to have a gas station. Those sorts of things.
That's part of being a neighborhood.
Right.
But these poor people out there had not had the retail services that many of us enjoy. If you have to drive a half hour to get to a grocery store,
right,
that doesn't add to your quality of life very much. So we were after everything starts with a major store. So we were after our major store clients for the longest time. Look, this area is ready. Okay, Peterson, I'll drive out there. There's nothing out here.
Right. And it's a long drive.
It's a long drive. So we finally convinced Safeway, after the mayor's help and his staff, identifying how many homes are actually out there that could support a grocery store. So we convinced Safeway to go, and we're making amazing progress leasing the rest of the centers to shops and restaurants. So we'll be able to provide those retail services to the residents of that area that they haven't had before.
Yeah, and you brought a shopping center to my neighborhood near 83rd Avenue and Happy Valley, and it's a beautiful center. I'm there all the time. My wife and I can walk there, restaurants, all sorts of things. If somebody's saying, Buckeye, what's Buckeye? I've never been out there. If you had to say, we have about 30 seconds left. What would you tell people about Buckeye?
I would tell them we're one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. There is a tremendous opportunity, a lot of starter homes, but then really homes of all types, from executive level to the starter homes. And that's Arizona's next biggest opportunity moving forward.
Yeah, and the fact that you're only 17% built out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain areas that are almost completely built out, right? Yeah. So the population's moving west. It's the way to go.
Yes.
Jim, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Mayor, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, good seeing you guys.